Maybe you might think some certain things that is wrong, but it's better for you to stand by what you believe in than be a coward. Hey guys, welcome to Uncensored, a place where we're going to talk about everything, both in real life and on the internet. Today, we are going to be giving our opinion about the debate between Andrew Tate and Piers Morgan. So let's just start the video.
Do you respect women?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Do you think that 18, 19-year-old women are more attractive than 25-year-old women?
I think there's attractive people. That's a loaded question. I don't know.
Well, it's not really, is it?
I can't.
You know why I'm asking it?
Of course I do, but I can't sit here and
say... For the benefit of viewers who don't know why I'm asking, you said this. In general, this is also one of the reasons men find youth attractive. You want to blow up the internet? I'll blow up the internet right effing now. The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. People say, oh, you can't say that, but yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been effed and dumped more times, more arguments, more mess, more for me to clean up. That is misogyny.
No, Piers, it's not misogyny. He's just stating facts. A lot of men are thinking the same way like Andrew Tate, but they do not dare to be able to say it. But they do think it. A lot of men rather be with a woman that is in her early 20s than in her late 20s because of fertility. That is just it. It is biologically proven. A male likes a female that is younger because of fertility. Then she can be able to have kids. That is why you see a lot of rich men with beautiful young women. When we talk of the word baggages, Andrew meant a girl that is in her early 20s does not have a lot of emotional problem. She's not attached to any other man. Which man on this earth want to date a woman that is emotionally attached to another man? Maybe it could be her ex. So Andrew's stating facts.
Why?
Because you are encouraging a mindset about 25-year-old women that makes them sound out to be infinitely less desirable than 18, 19-year-olds and having effectively been having too much sex to be taken in a more respectful way.
Well, firstly, even if that was the case, that wouldn't be misogyny.
Well, what did you mean by what you said?
That's not misogyny because it's not anti-women. I'm saying that an 18 or a 19-year-old woman would be more desirable.
Pretty anti-25-year-old woman.
Anti-25-year-old women we can argue, but not misogyny.
Well, that's misogyny then, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Well, being anti any woman at all is misogyny.
Not when I'm saying that women are beautiful and attractive at a certain age and saying that age.
You're saying 18, 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25.
Well, than ageist perhaps, but misogynistic absolutely
Is that
not.
But you just accepted it was misogyny.
No.
Piers, why is it so difficult for you to be able to accept what Andrew is saying? How is that misogyny? It's not like he said he hates women. He just said guys prefer girls that are younger from the age of 20 to 25 because they have less garbages, because they are not emotionally attached to any man.
No, I didn't. You said it was misogyny. I'm telling you, no, it's not.
If a 26-year-old woman is watching this and has heard those comments,
yeah,
would you just say to her, look, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that?
No, I won't.
Why is it that when a man says, oh, I like girls that are like 20 to 25 or 20 to 26, why is that a problem? When women say they like men that are taller, stronger, we do not complain. We say, yeah. I mean, it's your preference. We are not mad. We accept it.
I will say that I am sorry that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world.
That doesn't mean you're sorry.
No, I'm not sorry. That's the point I'm making. I'm sorry if that offends you. However, there's a large contingent of the world that believe that, and I was mediating for a conversation.
Parts of the world that believe that about 26-year-old women are parts of the world where women are not allowed out on their own.
That's a conversation.
They have to wear full burqas.
Well, that's a conversation.
They're not allowed to drive cars.
That's nothing to do with me.
But is that the kind of world for a woman that you?
I was mediating a conversation.
No, I'm asking you what you think.
I don't live in a country where that happens.
You're using that as the excuse for why you're not sorry for saying it.
It's not an excuse.
Is that there are parts of the world where this is fine?
Have you noticed something? Piers is not giving Andrew Tate a chance for him to be able to defend himself. I've noticed this with people, right? Some certain people, when they're having an argument with you and they know that your argument is powerful, what they're trying to do is they try to keep attacking you with questions or interrupting you. They can't handle verbal conversation. They can't. So they try to interrupt all the time to make you look stupid when you're not stupid. What Piers is trying to do to Andrew is try to make him look stupid in the broader picture. Like, oh, when people are watching, they'll be like, Andrew couldn't say anything. But truth to be told, he's not giving Andrew a chance for him to be able to defend himself. Let the man speak so that we can also hear his side of the view. You have spoken from the beginning to the ending. Let the man speak. Let him express what he's thinking.
My friend.
So my question to you is, well, do you think it's fine?
I don't think it's fine. I live in a world where...
You don't think it's fine?
The reason
This isn't that hard, Andrew. You can simply say, Piers, you know what? With the benefit of hindsight, I wish I hadn't said it like that. And if a 26-year-old woman's watching, I'm sorry I said that, because that actually is blatantly misogynist. And even though that's a view held by other parts of the world, it's not a view I share. Now, I would respect you more if you said that than if you try and say, well, it's said in other parts of the world, so I'm not sorry.
Piers is trying to bait Andrew into admitting that what Andrew said is wrong. But Andrew is not budging, because Andrew knows that every man thinks that way, and what he's speaking is facts. And Piers is pretending as if, oh my God, this is something new. Piers knows it himself. It's crazy. Ha!
I think
that doesn't tell me what you think.
Then you need to understand why my content existed in the first place. My content existed because I tried my very hardest to be an absolute and utter realist, especially with uncomfortable truths. I was pointing out that very uncomfortable.
Is that a truth?
It's an uncomfortable truth in many parts of the world. It's not a truth that I'm happy about.
An inquest this week found that a 14-year-old girl, Molly Russell, died from an act of self-harm while suffering from depression and the negative effects of online content. The coroner said she was exposed to material that may have influenced her in a negative way, and in addition, what started as depression and become a much more serious depressive illness, and she very sadly took her life.
That's absolutely disgusting.
I think that is sad that the 14-year-old girl took her life, truth to be told. I think that is very sad. It breaks my heart when we hear that. It's one of the most saddest things. But it has nothing to do with Andrew Tate.
Right. Her father's campaign for better protections against potentially dangerous social media algorithms, right? It says that the particularly graphic content she saw romanticized acts of self-harm, normalized her condition, and focused on a limited and irrational view without any counterbalance of normality.
I think you should be able to monitor your kid, what they are watching on social media. Nowadays, a lot of people just slap their kid with an iPad and let them watch that thing all day, all night. So it affects the kid's brain, because the kid is not strong enough mentally to be able to resist other people's opinion. Because when someone gives their opinion, the kid takes it literally. They don't understand nuances of things, so they take it literally.
First of all, what is your response to that? Nothing to do with you.
That's the first thing. Yeah, it is nothing to do with me. The fact that a 14-year-old girl took her life is truly sad. The world we live in today is... The fact that something like that happened is almost mind-blowing to me. That's truly sad. I actually feel sad inside to see something like that.
What has come clear to me in the interview is that a lot of things you say you wouldn't say now that you've said before.
But I'd say them differently, perhaps.
Yeah, right. So to me, that's an acceptance, not just that you want to get back on platforms, because maybe that was one of the reasons you were no platform, but that you've recognized and understood the potential harm to the wrong kind of impressionable mind.
You see how Piers is trying to manipulate Andrew, right? To admit to something that Andrew doesn't want to admit to. Andrew is saying that what I'm saying is facts, and maybe I shouldn't have said it the way I said it, but it's still facts. It doesn't change anything. No one should censor him. Piers, you are there to confront him. You're not confronting him. You're trying to coerce him. You're trying to manipulate him to be able to agree with you. It's not working. Andrew Tate is mentally strong. There's a wrong person, Piers. You're normally dealing with people that when you scream at them or yell at them or interrupt them, they'll call you like, oh. Andrew Tate is like, no, I'm going to face you.
By some of the things you've said. Would that be fair?
I think that's 80% fair. I recognize and understand that with massive fame, you have to be more careful about being misconstrued. Like I said earlier, 1% of people misunderstanding you doesn't matter with a small audience. It matters with a very large audience. With power comes responsibility.
Yes. 1% of people misunderstanding you does not matter. It matters what the larger audience think about you. If the larger audience agree with you, it's because they understand your message. And a lot of people understand Andrew Tate's message. You can ban Andrew Tate, but his philosophy is still going to be here. It's still going to stay, because a lot of people feel like that. I feel like nowadays, people are attacking masculinity. And nowadays, people are attacking, oh, if a man says this, he's that. If a man says this, he's that. If a man says he's that. No, it has nothing to do with that. A man can have their opinion. That's just it. That's how I believe. That's what I think.
I still believe the things I say. I do not want to be a negative force for the world. I also understand that I am a man who's lived a very difficult, nuanced life, and I am capable of making nuanced points that may be misunderstood by teenagers. However, that can be said about anybody and everything. Every opinion online can be misunderstood by children. Trying to protect children from the internet is a very interesting subject in and of itself, because I would argue that 80% of the content on the internet can be negative or detrimental to a young mind that doesn't understand the world.
Andrew agree with what I'm saying, and I know I'm correct, because you can't blame Andrew for one thing. You cannot. because other people are doing other stuff. Andrew is trying to help this young man, like, hey, get back on your feet, be strong, be brave, go out there and attack the world. That is the job that Andrew wants to give out there. That's the message that Andrew is trying to put out there. He is Jordan Peterson, only that he's less sophisticated. Jordan Peterson uses academic words. Andrew Tate gives it to you, ra. He says it, take it or leave it. That's how Andrew Tate gives you the information. Do you want it? You take it. If you don't want it, you leave it. My opinion is Piers Morgan took a loss on this interview. Truth to be told is because Andrew Tate could defend himself well. Andrew Tate stood his ground and he didn't waver. I know a lot of people that would have come to a Piers Morgan show and changed their opinion. But guess what? Andrew Tate did not change his opinion. He was legit about what he thinks and what he believes. And that is exactly the way you should be acting around in the world. Maybe you might think some certain things that is wrong, but it's better for you to stand by what you believe in than be a coward. Anyways, like, share, and subscribe. Be part of the family. Join the movement. It's a new channel. Yeah, thank you. Bye.